DIWATA, the first Filipino microsatellite. Sa wakas, kaya na nating makipagsabayan sa space race dahil meron na tayong satellite sa kalawakan. Noong mga nakarang buwan ay na-deploy na ang satellite nito sa space. Ano nga kaya ang bagong update tungkol sa ating DIWATA? Nakakapag-send na ba siya ng mga picture from outer space? And to talk about this, please welcome our guest for today. She has a doctoral degree in physics from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. She is currently an associate professor at the Institute of Environmental Sciences and Meteorology in UP Diliman and the project leader of MICROSAT Project 5. Please welcome Dr. Gay Perez. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Gay. Ayan.
It's nice to be here.
And syempre, kasama ka namin ngayon. Although kanina nakita natin, Doc, about DIWATA.
Yes.
Ito talaga, mas siguro palawakin pa natin, ma'am. Diba? Yung part dun sa project na ito, paano talaga kayo napasok dito?
Okay, so isa ako sa mga project leaders. So there are actually 5 projects under DIWATA.
Okay.
So our team, yung Project 5, is in charge of processing the data from the satellite, from DIWATA, and turn it into useful information for different stakeholders. So in the process, we are involved from the very start of the program because we define kung ano yung objectives nung DIWATA, nung mission natin, and make sure that we will be able to get the data that we want for our need after DIWATA is orbiting or is deployed in the outer space. Yes.
Pero syempre, di ba, alam natin kung gaano kaselan yung project, di ba? So, anong feeling na part talaga kayo dito sa proyektong ito?
It's such an honor to be part of this Endeavor project. Parang it's it will be very memorable for the rest of my life. No? That I am part of the very first microsatellite of the Philippines. It's also very exciting. Because most of the things we encounter were never experienced before. Kasi bago nga siya, bago natin ginagawa yung mga activities. So, most of the things are really new. So, it's an exciting field.
So, since ilang buwan na ba nung na-i-deploy na to si DIWATA? 3 months, I think?
April, so maybe 2.
Oh, yes. Tama, mga ganun na.
Yes.
So, ano na update sa kanya? Meron na ba siyang na-submit o parang na-send na data or any information?
Yeah, so currently we're still in the initial operation phase / test phase.
Okay.
So during this period, we are getting images already for testing purposes. So nagbabato na ng data. Nakikita na namin itong mga images na to. But these are meant for calibration and for testing. So not yet for wide deployment.
Okay, so paano yung process, ma'am? Halimbawa, siya, nasa area na siya, nasa outer space na siya. Sino yung nag-monitor? Nandito sa Philippines yung monitoring natin? Or what?
So this, as you may know, this project is in collaboration with Japanese universities. So the monitoring is done both in Japan and in the Philippines. So currently, there are now 2 ground receiving stations that are working to communicate with our satellite. So the first one is based in Tohoku University. This one uploads commands. So it uplinks commands and hence yung mga task niya dun inaakyat. So parang binabato siya sa satellite. When DIWATA passes over Japan. Now, currently, the role of the Philippine Ground Receiving Station is to download the data.
Okay.
That is
Na-transmit.
na-capture.
Okay.
So the procedure is, so there are commands uploaded. Part of these commands include the capturing of images. So it's designed to capture at a specific location at a specific time. So actually, kahit na anywhere in the globe, it can capture images kasi naka-program siya that way. Then, so it captures images using certain camera and then it's stored there for a certain period. Then once it gets into our coverage sa Philippines, we download the data.
Malinaw talaga, ma'am. Ano yung resolution niya?
So, iba-iba kasi there are different cameras installed. There are 4 of them. So, the highest resolution that we get is around 3 meters, 3 to 5 meters from the high precision telescope.
Okay.
So you can see details such as buildings, trucks.
Talaga?
Kaya
So,
makita,
ganun.
yeah.
Okay. Napakaganda, di ba? So, any other potential benefits from these projects, ma'am?
The direct benefits are obviously the data that we will get from this. The intangible or hindi masyadong agad na nakikita are actually the skills, no, that are obtained by the people that are part of this project. So it's a unique training that our young scientists and engineers are getting from being part of the Philippine microsatellite project. So this knowledge, these skills will translate to maybe next generation of very able scientists and engineers in the field of space science and engineering.
So, nung binubuo talaga tong proyekto na to, ano yung pinaka-purpose natin? Sino talaga yung unang magbe-benepisyo dito sa proyekto na to?
So, when this was conceptualized, actually the topmost objective is really to build the capacity of the Filipino scientists and engineers. And then, of course, in parallel with that, are the imagery that we will get for various applications. So, medyo pantay-pantay naman yung utilization nito, but yung pinaka siguro obvious, no, at siguro inaabangan natin is the high resolution data, which can be used for monitoring the extent of damages whenever there's disaster. Of course, we don't want disaster.
Correct.
So hindi yun yung inaabangan natin. But the ability to get this assessment almost real time after mangyari nga to, hopefully hindi naman, is really something na sana magampanan ni DIWATA. And then next would be for different environmental use such as agriculture, forestry, and even fisheries to some extent.
Ayun. So, gaano kalayo na ang mararating nito? Alam na natin, talagang as in, buong kalawakan kayang-kaya.
So, the DIWATA is actually designed for an 18-month mission, si DIWATA 1. So, hopefully, it will stay healthy as it is right now. So, it goes around and covers the Philippines almost, or on the average, 4 times a day. So, meron 4 chances of encounter with DIWATA 1. This can be translated to 4 chances of getting images or 4 chances of downloading data. So sometimes mixture of both. So it's an operational system. So hopefully we can capture events, activities on the ground as it happened that are really of interest to us.
So yung maintenance, ma'am?
Maintenance, nothing much up there kasi nandun na siya. Actually, we don't want to do maintenance so pag nandun kasi remote so napakahirap. But in terms of the ground receiving station, so it's an operational task. So I learned that currently there are 3 engineers who are stationed in our ground receiving facility that are tasked to monitor DIWATA every time it goes over the Philippines.
Ayun.
So
yun, so 18 months siya magstay siya sa Kalawakan. 18
yes,
to 20 months.
That's the design mission of DIWATA 1.
Okay, so aside from DIWATA, any other projects from your office?
Yes, so actually DOST has been very generous and supportive of our activities in the Institute. So I've been involved in quite a few of them. So one is WISE. WISE. So it stands for Weather Information Integration for System Enhancement. It's one of the projects under the big NOAA program. So actually we did it together with Pag-asa and IBM Philippines. So this one develops a system for numerical weather prediction. So the project is finished already, but we have now an operational system running in DOST high performance computing facility at ASTI. And so this generates forecast, 7-day forecast, 4 times a day. So hopefully this can be utilized in the upcoming, well, we are now in the rainy season. There's a possibility of a typhoon.
Yes, katulad nga yan, di ba?
Forming in the next 24 hours.
Yes, definitely. Kanina may report tayo na mayroong papasok na bagyo,
yes.
di ba?
So hopefully the output of this project can be used by our forecasters. So I've been also involved with another one, just recently concluded project also, which is the Drought and Crop Assessment and Forecasting, or DCAF project. So this one we look at, of course, drought, why it happened, and where in the Philippines is most affected by drought. It's very timely because the implementation of the project actually coincided with the latest El Nino that we had. So we have plenty of data now that we are able to use to develop a system for drought assessment and forecasting.
Okay.
So those are just two maybe that's relevant, very relevant to like DOSTv, the Filipino Weather Channel.
Of course, di ba dito sa DOSTv, we're not just giving weather information, any science and technology news na talagang binibigay din natin sa ating mga kaibigan. Katulad ng mga projects na binanggit nyo nga, ma'am, di ba? Alam nating maraming makikinabang dun sa lalo na yung mga, siguro mga magsasaka natin with in terms to agriculture, kasama na din sa ina-assess ninyo, di ba?
Yes.
Pero paano nyo pinaaabot sa publiko yung ganito mga impormasyon?
I'm glad you asked that question because actually I think that's where DOSTv can help us. Right now, our mode of disseminating information is quite limited. So actually we get the invitations to present in forums, symposium, conferences. So that's the main way of sharing our results. Pero medyo technical usually yung audience ng mga kagaya nito na activities. So there are times, especially with the DCAF project and the other one, the Fishmas that I was involved with, when we have field work. So kapag may nasa field kami, then there is an opportunity to talk to the stakeholders themselves, like the farmers, the fishermen. So yun, nagkakaroon ng opportunity to share with them our results. Although the purpose of that fieldwork is really for us to gather data. So hindi pa rin talaga yun yung mainstream na data dissemination. So I think actually DOSTv could be a good platform.
Of course, ma'am.
Anytime. Our results, yes.
Anytime talaga dito, kung meron kayong gustong ipaabot, iparating, di ba? Andito kami, handa kami to support all of you, di ba?
Thank you.
Ayan, ma'am. Ngayon, ano masabi ninyo, what's next for the Philippine space industry?
So I think it's very bright, very exciting field. So now we have our first microsatellite. So it's like we were able to break the ice. So sana we pursue this efforts and continue it. So actually, there, as we speak, I believe they are now drafting the Philippine Space Policy, which will lead into the creation of the Philippine Space Agency. So kasi this is just the start of our space activities. As we saw in the docu, medyo expensive siya na project. So kailangan it's well planned, it's well coordinated, and sustained and managed din. So mahirap na parang mag-isa lang siya, tas wala na. Kasi parang sayang naman, as I said earlier, the investment, part of the investment is really on capacity building. So there's, of course, masasayang kung hindi magagamit for next like future satellite missions, etc. So yun, sana magtuloy-tuloy siya, and there is an opportunity for our industry. We need, of course, local companies, local-based companies who can give us this, sabihin natin, parts of the satellite support like in building it, the electronics, the system that comes in building the spacecraft itself. So we hope there will be industry that will cater to this need.
Tama, no? Sana meron pa, madagdagan pa, di ba?
Yes.
Alam natin kung gaano kaganda yung proyekto eh. And last time, ay alam natin yung balita na talaga ang DOST nag-present pa sa Pangulong Aquino ng prototype ng DIWATA, di ba? And very proud tayo na talagang parte tayo ng proyektong ito. Yes. Any more gusto niyo ma-achieve pa from this project, ma'am?
Siguro yung wider involvement of other scientists, other stakeholders. So kasi ngayon, maybe medyo konti yung players, although marami na rin kami, but it's of course UP Diliman, ASTI, and the Japanese university. So I hope other researchers from other universities could also be involved in this, in our efforts for our Philippine microsatellite. And even other departments of the government. Kasi yung utilization naman ng data, it spreads across different agencies like agriculture, environment, natural resources, and many others. So yun, sana all of them will be actively involved in the future activities of DIWATA.
Ayun, sana nga lahat tayo magkakaisa-isa, magtulong-tulong sa magandang adhikain, ika nga, di ba, ma'am? Any more messages po dun sa ating mga taga-subaybay?
Yeah, so actually we are inspired because of you. So actually yung mga nakikita naming responses sa media, ganyan. So it actually challenges us na mas nabi-pressure kami kasi alam namin inaabangan talaga yung magagawa ni DIWATA, yung benefits ni DIWATA sa society. But at the same time, it really pushes us to do our best. So with that, so we are very grateful. And as I said kanina, sana you will also be encouraged to join us. We very much welcome your participation as a researcher or as a user of the data from DIWATA. Yeah, so.
Thank you so much. Ayan, mga kaibigan, mga ka-forever, di ba? Alam natin kung gaano kaganda itong DIWATA. Talagang DIWATA, di ba?
Yeah.
DIWATA sa Kalawakan, Oka, di ba? Thank you so much. And of course, this is our pride talaga to. We are very proud of these projects as a Filipino. Thank you and congratulations. More power. Abangan pa natin. Looking forward tayo for more projects pa from your office. Thank you. Ayan, Dr. Gay Perez ang nakasama natin ngayon. Di ba nakaka-proud nga na may ganito tayong mga achievement in space technology. It may not be big, pero ika nga, baby steps muna papunta sa progress at development. Kaya ating abangan mga ka-forever kung paano babaguhin ni DIWATA for the better ang mga buhay natin in the coming days.